What's up guys, welcome back for another DevPro Duel video, Psyframes, a very interesting archetype in, I believe, high-speed riders, so the next set coming out, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in the OCG. Psyframes, as you probably already have seen, or if you already have playtested the deck, are interesting, but for now, with the current support, it's definitely not a tier 1, top tier material. The deck has a lot, the deck does have a lot of cute tricks, but again, it's very weak. It has a lot of weaknesses. Two very big ones. The first one, of course, the field spell. Circuit is an MVP, is a very crucial card in the setup, since every time if you special summon a Psyframe monster on the field, you can immediately synchro summon during that same moment if you have your field spell on the field. And if you don't have the field spell, your Psyframe monsters will be banished in during the end phase when they are summoned. So you have to have the field spell to go for a synchro summon in order for your monsters not to get banished during the end phase. And the second weakness is that the Psyframe monsters are somewhat passive, since they all have a particular effect that you can respond to your opponent's plays. Like, for example, we have Alpha. Alpha can be special summoned when your opponent normal or special summons a monster, but Alpha is level 1, but you can just not normal summon your Alpha on board, so you have to special summon it with its effect to eventually get a surge, special summon the normal one, the level 6 normal one driver from your deck, and if you have the field spell, you can immediately synchro summon for a level 7 one, Black Rose, Moon Rose, and so on. But most of the time you'll be going for the Psyframe Psychic level 7, which is Zeta, to potentially banish a special summoned monster from the opponent. Then we also the second level one here in the deck is Beta, which acts like a battle fader. So when your opponent declares an attack, negate the attack, of course, and the battle phase from the opponent, Beta will special summon itself with the effect. Of course, also special summoning the normal monster, the driver, and if you have the field spell, you can again go for a synchro summon level 7. So both Alpha and Beta are the level 1s. Then the two, then the level 2s. First we have Delta. Delta can be activated if your opponent activates a spell card, and also negate and destroy the spell card. Very crucial, and again it will special summon itself and so on. You know the deal. And the fourth one, the last one here in the main deck, is Gamma, which acts like an effect failure, negate the effect and destroy the monster. Again, very crucial. So somewhat better, quote-unquote, than Failure here in the deck. The fifth one is Epsilon. I'm not playing it in the main deck. You can only activate it if your opponent activates a trap card. But again, very crucial is that your field has to be empty, so no monsters on your side of the field, and that counts for every Psyframe monster, since you can only activate their effects if you don't have a monster on your side of the field. So most of the time, when your opponent activates a trap, you will be having that monster, like your opponent activating Phoenix Chain, Mirror Force, Ring of Destruction, Breakthrough Skill, Torrential Tribute. All of those times you'll be having a monster on your side of the field, so your Epsilon will be useless. The one thing that I would consider playing Epsilon is in a side deck. You can set it in against cards like Fairy Wind, since again the field spell is very crucial, and you can definitely expect your opponent siding in cards like Fairy Wind to possibly destroy your field spell or your continuous trap overload. So currently other options in the main deck, as you see in the side deck, are Evil Swarm, Thunderbird, Wind Up Rabbit, for example, or Honest, since those monsters again banish themselves from your side of the field to keep, that's again very crucial for the deck, to keep your monster zones clear, since in order for you to activate your Psyframes effects. But I'll come to more card possibilities which are in the extra deck in the deck profile at the end of the video. So let's hop into the first game. Alright, so the first duel against the Blackluster support, the Blackluster deck. Somewhat casual duel. Like at the start, HSRD is an excellent card here in the deck, since, again, your normal summon is most of the time, all of your Psyframe monsters cannot be normal summoned, so a card like HSRD is excellent in the deck, and at the same time you can use those cards during your opponent's turn. He activates a field spell, so I can activate my Delta in the hand, so negate the field spell, special summon the normal one, the driver immediately synchro summon for the level 8 one Omega, and very crucial again. When Omega is summoned, or at least during both main phases, you can use Omega's effect, banish itself from the field, to banish one card at random from your opponent's hand. And during your next turn, your Omega will be special summoned again, and your opponent will get the same card back to his hand. But yeah, very crucial that you activate Omega immediately to keep your board empty, so you can act accordingly with your Psyframes to your opponent moves. So again, my turn here, normal summon Card-Guardie and try to attack for a game with both Zeta, Omega, and yeah, I don't think the Card-Guardie was needed here. So Zeta, very crucial to banish that BLS, the Ritual BLS, Supreme BLS. Anyway, second duel, I got to start again the field spell. I think I had to Solemn Warning the Farm Girl, since again it's very crucial. His summon, so I can immediately reveal the Alpha, try to special summon it. He chains his Farm Girl, so he can banish, I think, yeah, either for Forerunner or Slip Rider, but due to Farm Girl being in effect, I can activate Gamma to special summon itself, get some shenanigans going with Zeta, and with Omega. Omega, I think, banished itself, and I think he destroyed my Zeta with Dark Hole. And yes, Zeta does have a grave effect that you can send it back to the extra deck and take one Psyframe card from your grave back to your hand. So very nice, very cool plus here. And yeah, he's pretty much, yeah, he can't really do anything, but at the same time me neither. He draws into the Cosmo down. He activates a field spell. The activation is negated when I drop the Delta, and thanks to my field spell I can immediately Synchro Summon for Omega immediately, since he does have one card in his hand. Use Omega's effect to banish it. Again, keep my field empty, my monster zone empty, since I still had that Gamma in my hand. So if you would have been able to activate the monster effect, I would have been able to drop the Gamma, but yeah, this is a game over. The trap card, the Psyframe trap card, is so good. You can just banish one Psyframe monster from your side of the field or from your hand to banish one card from the opponent face down. So it's again a very good card. You can instantly banish the opponent's Cosmo down face down. You can banish your opponent's back row face down. It's so good and versatile. Again, the same move like last turn. Activate the warning on the Farm Girl. He did have an MST, but I kind of agree to him keeping the MST here. You don't want to like MST your opponent's face down and him chaining his own MST to your own. I think he has a bottomless set, so a big -1 it would have been for him. And at the same time, you want to keep your MST for the field spell. But I was prepared with him. They always have MST if you're playing a deck that's heavily reliant on the field spell. So I was able to negate his MST and eventually also able to negate the Farm Girl from using its effect. And I think I have double Omega going. No, one, because indeed he had the bottomless Trapple. So again, activate Omega to banish one card from his hand. He declares an attack, reveal the Beta from my hand, try to negate the attack, or at least him negate, at least go for the end of the battle phase. The effect is negated, so I can drop Gamma and eventually go some Psyframe shenanigans with both Zeta and Omega. And yeah, I think I was able to banish two cards, yeah, with double Omega. And I think, yeah, he made a minor misplay the last turn. So again, no, not yet. Activate both Omegas, banish two cards from his hand. I can't risk attack into the Honest, so I'm not going to attack. He does activate his Farm Girl's effect. And I was able to use my Zeta to banish itself, to banish the Slip Rider, I believe. And yeah, here is where he made the mistake, since he already used his Farm Girl, so he cannot banish itself to dodge the Beta. And yeah, his Farm Girl is just destroyed, his battle phases end, and here is very easy. I can get rid of his Slip Rider and attack for a game with everything. So very good, a very nice game. Shaddolls. A terrible matchup here for the deck, since the deck does run multiple spell and trap destruction cards, like for example Shaddol Dragon, which of course is very crucial here to just simply destroy the field spell. So yeah, here again, minor blow for me, him having the Ring of Destruction for card D, so no draws for me. Immediately Synchro Summon for the level 8. Yeah, very big is that I didn't activate my breakthrough skill here on the Scepter, because if my opponent did have either the Shaddoll Fusion or an El Shaddoll Fusion to go for Winda, and if I would have activated the breakthrough skill on the Scepter, I would have immediately lost the duel, since I had to keep the breakthrough skill for a possible Winda if he did have it, and he did have that Shaddoll Fusion, so I think that was a decent move for me to keep the breakthrough skill here. And also I did not activate Omega in the first turn, since again I would have just been left with useless level 7, and again if he did have that Shaddoll Fusion, my Zeta would have been useless on the field, and he would have been able to just use 3 monsters from his deck with Shaddoll Fusion. Yeah, as expected, he can use Shaddoll Dragon to pop the field spell. I think I have to attack into his face down Falco with my Omega during my main phase 2. Yeah, I can banish a card from his hand. No reason to leave the Omega on my side of the field to get one of my banished monsters back to the grave, since that effect is somewhat glitched. He does attack into an empty field, tries to attack for game. I reveal the beta, try to negate the attack. He chains his El Shaddoll Fusion so he can still attack, and he goes for Shaggy Naga. And that's game over, since, again, doesn't really matter. I can go for, I'm not really sure if I can go for Black Rose, since I do think that Black Rose does miss timing if it's not the last thing that happens. The summon, I believe. But yeah, he does have that Shaggy Naga to negate the possible Black Rose summon, and that Zeta is not going to save it again due to the Shaggy Naga. Last duel against Lightsworns. Yeah, I think this was needed. He goes for Instant Fusion, and eventually would have been able to go for the Lightsworn Exceed, what is it called, Minerva, and I had to drop that Delta to negate, what is it called, the Gamma to negate the effect of Nodin, since I don't want to leave him with the Exceed and a Raiden, so I had to take the risk here, and both monsters are banished during the end phase. But here I get my engine going, have the field spell, I think I have an Omega going. He uses, or at least he normal summoned indeed, the Lumina, so I can drop my Alpha, get a Surge with Alpha, and it immediately, due to the field spell, Synchro Summon for the level 7, which is going to be the Zeta, which is also crucial against cards like Judgment Dragon or any possible Synchro Summon from my opponent. And here I just have full control of the duel. I think I have 2 Omegas going, no, just 1 Omega, but yeah, I can just nicely attack for a game. I don't think the JD was live, since I think he has 3 different Lightsworns in his grave. So for now, this is currently my deck list. If you have any opinions or suggestions for the build, you can always leave them down below. Possible other main deck options, again, Evilswarm, Thunderbird and Wind-Up Rabbit, since again the biggest weakness of the deck of Psyframes is that they are very passive and you can only use their cards if your opponent does something, so cards like Evilswarm, Thunderbird and Wind-Up Rabbit are excellent to push for some damage and banish them with their effects. Then I believe Wind-Up Rabbit is a bit better, since Evilswarm, Thunderbird does again need that card to be activated in order to banish itself, so Wind-Up Rabbit is a bit more versatile. You also have that spell card, what is it called? I can't remember the name, it's also in the extra deck, Left to the Dark Hole, that you can get 2 banished Psychic monsters, which are banished back to your hand. It's decent. Maybe a one-off in the main deck. Emergency Teleport is not really needed here in the main deck, since again, the only reason why I would main deck Emergency Teleport is when, for example, your Zeta, your level 7, is Phoenix chained, and then during your opponent's turn, for example, you can Emergency Teleport for a level 1, and if you have the field spell, due to Emergency Teleport special summoning a Psyframe from your deck, you can trigger the field spell and immediately Synchro Summon for a level 8. So, but I don't think Emergency Teleport has a place here in the deck. Chicken Race, Chicken Game is also a decent option to get your draw engine going, and eventually you can just overlay it with your other field spell. But for now I think triple terraforming is for me a bit better than just 2 terraforming and triple pot of duality. So again guys, if you have any suggestions for the build, you can always leave that down below. Thanks for watching and feel free to leave a comment or a like if you enjoyed the video. Lithium signing out. Peace.